Okay, hello. This discussion is building capacity and teacher trust. Um, the first question, it says share your general thoughts about the findings of the two studies. First of all, I totally agree with it. How the principal has to take that leadership role and also the uh, supervisory um, the supervision role and instructional coach role, um, and combine them and be an instructional supervisor instead of an evaluator, um, to help your campus more and build the capacity of your teachers. I totally agree with that. Um, I like the what surprised me the most is I didn't really agree too much with the first article because they put a lot of emphasis on the observation itself, and for me, it was more about building the relationships. It was building the trust of the teachers, and actually, it was more of them. It being a lot more visual through the walkthroughs, and talking to the teachers on a personal level after the walkthroughs. Good job here. You could have worked a little bit harder on there. Um, Short little tidbits that you can give after the walkthroughs rather than actually sitting down uh, after the formal observation and telling them exactly, that's also important, but building that relationship to get through that. They could have talked a little bit more about the walkthroughs. The I like the school administrator and instructional coaches, teachers trust and perceptions of administrators capacity. Actually, um, I I was surprised, and I actually liked this part of it. It says for principals to effectively serve as campus instructional supervisors, not only do they have to possess the curricular and instructional knowledge and skills, they must possess the skills to communicate effectively, build relationships, and earn their faculty's trust and respect. That came off of I think it was this Jim Knight uh, book, but the actual and it says Jim Knight defines an instructional coach as a person whose responsibility is to develop profession teachers professionally by helping them implement instructional best practices while focusing on individual professional goals and best practices right here. um, I truly believe that, being the first year administrator, um, you're not going to be an expert in math and social studies, in English, in science, but you can build on your instructional background with the help of best practices. As an administrator, as an observer, as an instructional supervisor, you go in there and you can easily tell, are they working in best practice, or are they just pretty much winging it? That's what has helped me get by this first year as an administrator. I'm not an expert in math, science, English, but I can tell, walking or seeing their lesson plans, are they actually practicing best practices? And that's what I found most surprising, and that's what I found most helpful reading those two articles, where it does validate my thinking as saying, I do want to be uh, looking for best practices. The thing, and that little excerpt that I did read from the article, I think it does have everything deals or revolves around the relationships that you built with your faculty and the trust and respect that you have built from them before you even get to the observation part, before you get to the pre-conference, the post-conference. It all has to build up in the relationships that you build leading up to the formal observation, and the trust that you gained from your teachers leading up to that point.